What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the RC News. This is episode 50. I do this every week. This week, we got some little scale and big scale RC stuff to talk about. Let's get into it. Well, over at Boom Racing, this came out a little bit ago, but they released a builder's kit of the BRX-01 platform. Just a scale leafer, coming in at $545 USD. What do you guys think of that price point? You could buy a Trailfinder 2 for about $349. Similar quality, I feel like. I don't know, the transmissions on these are okay, but they're not really high performing trucks. They're more of a shelf queen. But yeah, $545 for a scale leafer. I don't know, it feels a little steep to me. I feel like you could build up a nice scale leafer just piecing everything together yourself. There's some nice kits out there that you can kind of piece together. So yeah, it's nice. Everybody seems to be coming out with a builder's kit. So tell me what you think in the comments. I don't know, you guys think you'd rather build your own or, start with this as a platform? You're kind of up there in price, so you're going to be close to $1,000 with a nice body and some electronics. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments. And it looks like J Concepts came out with a 1950 Ford F1 body. They're saying it's specifically for the TRX-4M. I'm sure you could fit it on other things though. But yeah, specific body mounts for different TRX-4s, the high trail and the regular one. I think it's a nice looking body. It's interesting. I don't know why you would change. Some of the hard bodies they come with are super detailed. So this is a wee bit of a downgrade in terms of scale realism. There's the body mounts there. But yeah, scale realism's not as nice as the hard bodies, but maybe a little lighter. I don't know. And check this out. They also came out with some Carvers. These are kind of an vintage look tire for the buggies. So they've come out with a Carver front tire, and then they've come out with these paddle pins. These tires in the 90s were, even late 80s, were pretty standard. Different companies were kind of running them. So yeah, if you're doing retro racing and you want a retro look with a newer compound, this is something you might want to take a look at. And yeah, I mean, for deep loamy stuff, these are probably going to hook up pretty good with the newer compounds available. So that's kind of cool. Check this out, the LMT, the new LMT from Losi, the Zombie. I wonder if you can get the arms as replacement parts. It's a crazy body. I don't know, the Shark was pretty rad, but this is so crazy. That wall rides on a fence. Those arms are crazy. I feel like, what are they made out of? Rubber? Are they gonna break? Is it a part number? Can you get left and right replacement arms? That'd be hilarious. But yeah, probably one of the most interesting bodies from the Losi LMT, mini LMT lineup. What do you guys think of this? I think it's crazy. I mean, would you get the Shark, the Megalodon, or would you get the Zombie? I'd want both, man. Gravedigger is kind of looking stale after these guys came out. And this is probably one of my favorite things that came out this past week. The little RC28 team kit at $249.99. Super good deal. I did a comparison video to some of the most recent 28 scale race platforms, and I don't know, guys. I feel like this is a really good deal for the money. $249. Made a mistake in that review video. Does not come with the body. Bodies are only $20 though, so that's not so bad. But I really like this Kingpin style front end. You can adjust the camber and caster with these little guys here. So I don't know, mixed feelings about this. People are a little butthurt about me saying that it's probably one of the best values. Some of the other cars are just so much more. I even had one person make comments about it's not the same category. It is. It's two-wheel drive stock or modified pan cars. So yeah, super good deal. And we got to nerd out on this a little bit. From Accelerate, the new Prodigy Pro 10. It's a 10 scale pan car, two-wheel drive. Check out this Kingpin style front suspension. It has little damper rods in it. You can apply grease inside there, and it contains the grease. So super interesting suspension design on the front end. And as for the rear suspension design, they have what they're calling rotary damper rods with these two little springs on each side. So pretty interesting suspension concept. There it is there. Thing looks so light. Looks like a little rocket, honestly. I want to own one though, just to see how these dampers work front and back. I'm super curious about that. But yeah, go check that out from Accelerate. Super nice looking kit. And it looks like EcoPower came out with a couple new products. They've got a brushless motor combo here for they're saying it's for the Micro B and T, but I'm sure you could use it on anything 24th or 18th scale. Pretty nice unit, a programmable ESC, 30 amps and 9,000 kilovolts. And there's the programming card for $12.99. ESC is $115, and then we got a servo to check out too. Yeah, and here's the servo for $50. They're calling it the ECP 625 for $50. Pretty good. Wonder if it comes with that servo horn. Probably does. Anyway, check it out. I'm sure it'll fit on other things, maybe even that RC28. And I've got a couple 5th scale bodies to show you. This is a new one from Pip Aero. Pip Aero. Interesting name. This is the 330 body, depending on where you're from. They're saying it's 269 here, but I don't even know what currency that is from Speedy RC. Yeah, pretty nice. Some of the picks in this are pretty awesome. I wish we had more 5th scale racing around here. Look at that paint job. It's super rad, man. But yeah, you could race these things on a large go-kart track, a permanent facility even, you know. Look at the pits in the background of this pick. Pretty crazy. Tracks that have been around forever in Europe, so a lot more 5th scale racing going on. But yeah, that's a really nice body from Pip Aero. And here's a Porsche lookalike body from SCS M2 Engineering. Pretty nice. It's called the ST3. Again, depending on where you are, pricing can vary. But yeah, pretty nice detail for a 5th scale body. So 1UP's got these lowered shock towers you can buy. They're -2 for the B7, so you can lower your ride height a little bit, keep low CG, but check out the machining on them. I really do think they set apart from the Avid ones. That little chevron pattern in the center, just really nice machining from 1UP. So yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of hard to machine some nice detail into carbon. That's why a lot of companies don't really get into it, but this is a pretty good effort. So yeah, some nice shock towers definitely set them apart from the other ones. All right, RC homies, that's it for another episode of RC News. That's been episode 50, and yeah, this is a beach sunset time lapse once again. Bunch of surfers on the right hand side trying to learn how to surf. What do you guys think of that RC28? It's pretty rad, eh? I definitely want one. It ruffled a few feathers. People have strong opinions about Team Associated. Guys, they've only won a few world championships. But anyway, that's it for the RC News. Peace, homies.